to be unsuccessful, or if we look for excuses to not do well in school. And I find that, there's two types of people. There's the people who can find the silver lining and stay focused on their goals, or there's the people who look for the excuses. So
right. I'm a silver lining girl.
I can tell. Okay, so that's you growing up. What about you with your relationships? Do you want to get married?
Not right now. No, Dan, I'm sorry.
But eventually, so you
Eventually.
believe, after everything you've been through, you still believe in the concept of marriage?
Yes.
Okay. We're affected. Our parents are role models, and our friends. Obviously, you're unaffected by the divorce, in that you think that marriage is still a good thing. But what do you think that you've done in your life or in your relationships that you've had that has there been anything that's been significant that shows that, I guess, maybe when the relationship's over or in the middle of the relationship, you have insecurities and you feel they're from your childhood?
That's a really good question. I think, even though I believe in getting married and the concept of marriage, I don't believe in getting divorced. So I think that if someone wants to marry me, they're going to have to put a lot of time and work into before, because I'm fine to do common law, I'm fine to just live with someone, but I'm not okay with going through with the whole ceremony and making it official in the eyes of everyone, and then, copping out a couple years later or whatnot, or however long later. So I think one of my big things in relationships is just trying to figure out where the other person kind of stands at the time, because I don't do, with serious relationships, I've never had a serious 3-month relationship. I find a lot of my girlfriends go through these whirlwind serious 3 to 6 month relationships, and I just don't comprehend that.
Right.
I don't actually understand it putting down.
And that's probably because of what you've seen.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't understand the point of that at all. So all of my serious relationships have been long term with lots of communication. I'm a pretty secure and laid back woman. I don't really have any issues in the sense of well, I don't trust you. I think that you're just gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm totally comfortable with all those sorts of things.
Right.
It's just kind of where do you see this going? It's fine for right now, but are we just kind of hanging out, or is it kind of time to
So lots of conversation, lots of where do you see yourself, and
what are your
all
goals?
of where your
and
goals,
not even,
kids,
with
and
life,
and
and
everything. So
career.
and that is all really good. The only thing that sucks is as people grow older, they change, and then their views change, and what they want to do, their aspirations change. So as much as you can do all that stuff, there's still that uncertainty of being with somebody for 5 years. This is the one, we've agreed, we've talked about it, we click, and then 10 years later, after being married, the person starts to change. And that's where I think the frustrating part comes from for a lot of people who get divorced, because you never anticipate that. But
I'm not sure that I'd be that chick that gets married after 5 years, though.
You think longer still?
Yeah.
Well,
I think if we're in this for life, that you should be able to spend a decade with me first, and then we'll kind of figure it out.
Okay.
I'm not rushing into anything.
So I think if I can pick up on this, I think what's really affected your life is you don't want to get divorced.
Yes, I don't want to go through that.
So divorce is being obviously a prominent thing in your life that you don't want to have to go through, or your children have to go through. So we're going to take every step possible to make sure that divorce is not an option for you. Okay. Do you want kids?
Not right now.
Someday.
Again, yeah, maybe.
Someday.
I won't close that door.
Well, it sounds like you've raised.
At least 3.
You've raised 6. Or you've raised 3. You've raised 3. Wow.
I feel kind of kitted out.
I would think so. Yeah, I could see that. And I guess that's about it. I mean, that pretty much covers everything that I think. You know, we went through. You know, you growing up, and then to what your views are now on it. Is there anything that you have thought about that you'd like to add, or anything that anybody who's watching might want to?
Well, I mean, just for a little bit of advice, like based on my own experiences, like if you want to be involved later on in your children's life and you're going through a divorce and they're young, stay involved in their life when they're young. Don't think that you can just kind of walk in and out as you please, because like kids notice that. Like kids notice when you're not there and when you choose to be there. So
no matter how hard it is dealing with your ex-spouse,
put those things aside.
Put those things aside and just try to be there, for your kids. I think that's a great message. I think a lot of parents, especially going through divorce, if I could speak from my own personal experiences, I'm always insecure about how, letting my kids know that I'm there for them, and that the divorce had nothing to do with them. It was really a relationship issue, and I'm very insecure about whether my kids are going to feel like I've abandoned them, and I wasn't there for them. So I volunteer in their class, and I'm all over the place. I'm at dance. I'm at
Dad, go away.
It's funny. I've been volunteering in my daughter's class since she's been in grade 1. She's in grade 5 now.
Okay.
I know all these kids. Like I've been following them for the past 4 years.
That
so
doesn't sound creepy at all.
Yeah, it's like every class. Hey, Mr. Burley. But that's good to know. I mean, I think if I keep on this road,
I think you're doing everything right.
Okay, well, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And hope you guys enjoyed this little interview, and you can learn something from it, more importantly. And until the next time, we'll talk to you later.